experience that has been very, very touching with me was recently I was invited back to Rsat. And so I was so excited when I got the phone call from Miss Moss. She said, I want to personally call you and tell you that, you passed clearance and you're going to be able to come. I was so excited I went in my office at work and cried, an office I wouldn't have had if I hadn't been through Rsat. It's an office that I wouldn't have had. It's an office that I feel good about. I went in there and cried and even shared it with one of my assistants. But I was telling Miss Moss that the thing was when I drove out here, every time I come to California, because I left California because I just couldn't stay here. I was a dope thing, So I just couldn't stay here anymore, And so I went somewhere where I knew absolutely nobody but my son. And I never looked back. I reached back and got my daughter that's here with me today. I reached back and got my son, but I never looked back. I just reached back and grabbed him. But when I was coming, I always pass Hargrave, and I think when I pass Hargrave and I'm going to California, I say, wow.
Yes.
Woo! They're going empty, you know what I mean? And she used to stand outside and look at. So when I was invited back, I got off the freeway. I didn't even know which way to go. I'd never been there except from the back of a jail bus, So I got off and I was like, wow, I don't even know where to go. So when I did figure that out, I had an anxiety attack because I was so stressed that I speak all the time. I'm a writer. I have a couple of books out now. Speak all the time. But when it came to come back to Rsat, I had to pull over on the side of the road and really pull myself together and clear my eyes because I didn't want to walk in and the girls just see me crying, And it was so amazing. And when I got there to the jail, I still didn't know what to do because I always came in cuffs, So I finally figured out to go up to the thing, And the guy, they told me to take my ID up there. And I was telling Miss Moss, I handed him my whole purse. Because I was so used to getting searched, And he was like, okay. Do you have your ID? I was like, yeah, it's in there. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to pull your ID out. Like, okay. This is how this works on this side, okay? So, I had a wonderful time. One of the amazing things that happened was I walked in our set, and everybody tears their picture off their bracelet. We know it's illegal, Miss Jones, but we all do it. And I had hid mine on a bunk. And as I walked in the classroom, in Miss McElvaney's classroom, a girl raised her hand and said, Cynthia, I have a picture of you. And she handed it to me. And I broke down and cried. I took that same picture back to my job because I'm not ashamed of where I've been. I'm not ashamed of who I used to be because I wouldn't be who I am today. And I showed it to the owner of the company that I now run for him. I run his company. He has a multi-million-dollar company that he's entrusted me to run. And I showed him that picture, and he said, who is that, your grandmother? I'm like, no, that's me on dope. He said, wow, you came a long ways. How long ago was that? I said, it was 3 years ago. And he almost cried. He was just like, I can't believe it. When I approached him today and told him I was coming here, he was so happy for me. He was so happy for me. I did bring a couple of magazines. I wanted to share my story. I'm going to cut it short, but I'm going to give it to Miss Moss to share with some of the ladies here. When I walked in today, I was so happy to see you because I saw you when I went to the class. And I had prayed that I would see at least one girl that I saw there at the class. And you were the first person I saw when I walked in the door in your uniform. And I just want to personally tell you that meant a lot to me. I want to personally tell you that I will look for you on the Food Channel. Because let me tell you something. I've been on a couple of talk shows myself, so it's not like you can't do it, okay? You can do it, And each time I make sure that I let them know where I came from. Because you don't know who's watching. I don't come up there and tell them that, I'm a good girl and I didn't have nothing bad. I let them know I was a dope fiend, shooting dope for 23 years, and today I'm doing all right. And I never look back because I had Rsat, and I'm telling you, they email me back and forth. Every time I just took a itty-bitty step, I would email them all, and they would all answer me back. day I got out to right now. I emailed them all, and every time I'll get to work and open my email and see that email from the Sheriff's Department, and let me go in my office on this one, because it's so special to me, and I want to tell all of you that do that. Okay, Ms. Jones, Ms. McElvaney, Mr. Vila, Mr. Solis called me and personally invited me down this year. Okay, that meant a lot to me. He called me at my job and personally invited me down and told me that he wanted to see me. And that meant a lot to me. Ms. Moss calling me, that's meant so much to me. And it really means a lot to see you in your uniform. I mean, it really means a lot, because you're on your way. You know, I want to thank all of you, and I really want to thank you guys that email me back and forth. Sometimes it's little things like that that keep us going. I just got to tell one thing real quick. So I couldn't find the letter, so I was trying to find a number to call, and nobody would answer. So I'm going through my cell phone, and I'm like, I got to call somebody. So I saw Autumn's number, and I had got it last year at the reunion here. So I called it, me and my daughter in the car, and she answered, and so when I hung up, I said, well, she's still sober because she ain't changed her number. My daughter said maybe she could have lost her phone and changed the number. I said, not in this game. You guys have a wonderful year. I look forward to coming back to see you, okay?